body went under the back wheel, and then the vehicle just drove off. I'm Dan Parr, I'm a response police officer based at St Helens Police Station. It was on the 17th of May last year, and me and my colleague we were on mobile patrol when we were sent to a report of a suspicious package that had been found. It was reported there was drugs found in a bag. We made our way over there, and when we got there was like a large hold-all containing like quite a substantial amount of drugs and cash. And the woman who found it said that she'd seen a van that had been like circling while she's been waiting with this hold-all. And so she pointed out the van. The van drove past at that time, and my colleague managed to get the registration. We decided to stop the van. The driver just seemed suspicious. There was a smell of cannabis. He didn't really give us proper answers to our questions. Due to what he was telling us, the vehicle was going to be searched. I didn't want the passenger to run off, so I left my colleague speaking to the driver in the road whilst I went round to the passenger side. I've opened the door and I've said to both the occupants that they're being detained for the purpose of the search. And as soon as I said that, I could hear the bunch of keys. The driver picked up the keys, put them in the ignition, started the engine, and at that point I guess I was just conscious my colleague was in the road, and so I jumped over the passenger and tried to get hold of the steering wheel, at which point he's floored it, and in effect I was half in, half out the van for a few seconds, and then as I came out, my body went under the back wheel, and then the vehicle just drove off.
I'm just going to let you both know, right, you're going to be detained for the purpose of search under Section 23 of the Misuse of Drugs Act. You can stay there.
I remember lying on the road and I was screaming in pain because I've never been in so much pain before. Like, my legs went numb, so I actually couldn't feel much in my legs, and my whole body was full of adrenaline. So initially I couldn't feel much pain in my shoulder. It was only afterwards, like, that I started, like after about 10-15 seconds, I started feeling pain in my shoulder. The injuries I came out with, I had like a dislocated shoulder. I needed surgery for that to go back into place, and I had a broken wrist and just lots of scratches and bruises and tissue damage to my back and my hip. Considering what happened, and after seeing the footage back as well, like, I went under the back wheel of a van, and I'm very lucky that I'm able to carry on doing what I'm doing. I was worried, like, am I ever going to walk again? My colleague was amazing, incredible support from like members of the public living in that area. It was a residential street, and they came out with blankets and started keeping me calm and talking to me. And another member of the public in a different area, St Helens, rings up and reports a suspicious van, and that's what led my colleagues to finding the offenders. For the first couple of months, I don't think I spent a day in the house without someone coming taking me out, and I think that's important in recovery from a mental side of things. Like, you can easily just stay in the house, can't you? But yeah, I was well supported after it all happened. Particularly being a response officer, you deal with trauma all the time. We deal with some horrible things and we see some horrible things. This was like a different type of trauma. It affected me, personally, and it had a big impact on me and my family. The family struggle with me, like, they're the ones that I guess, pick up some of the pieces afterwards. The job contacted my wife and they offered to bring her to the hospital. She came to hospital, and there is an impact on her and like the rest of the family as well. Like, I've got 3 young kids. I've had to deal with the trauma of it, and yeah, I think about it most days. I don't think it'll ever disappear, it'll always be there.
I'm just going to let you both know, right, you're going to be detained for the purpose of search under Section 23 of the Misuse of Drugs Act. You can stay there.